Hey, good afternoon. It's Saturday, it's July 4th, and I decided that I wanted to go out and try out the smoothie place because every time I'm on vacation, I have this strong desire to get a bunch of smoothies, so I always look a bunch of places up and I always try them out. But here in San Diego, I have only tried, I think, one or two places out, and smoothies are good for you and they taste really good, so I wanted to try this place out. So I came out and planned on doing a hike afterwards, so I'm going to head over to that now. But here's what I got. It's from the place Pure Press, and it's called Hulk. It has banana, mango, spinach, kale, agave, spirulina, and coconut water in there. So let's see. Hopefully it's not icy whatsoever. That tastes good. It's $8, which is expensive, but this is a lot. That's a lot of smoothie. So I feel like it's gonna be worth it. And it tastes great, and it has like greens in it, so I'm happy. Okay, let's head over to the hike. All right, it is definitely too hot to be hiking today, for me at least. This trail has no shade. I decided to do Iron Mountain because I was driving past it on my way to another one that I put on my GPS, but when I passed by there weren't that many cars here compared to what I expected, so I decided to just stop. This is a hike that I haven't done in over a year. I did this hike only once with Shane when I first moved here with Riley. And it is a pretty decent hike because, you know, there's a lot of views. Like, it's not enclosed by like all these trees, and like it's not deep in the forest kind of thing where you don't see much, but that does make it so it is really, really hot and you're in the sun the whole time. And I just don't think I want to be suffering in the heat this afternoon just to force a hike in. So I'm just gonna go home and yeah, maybe spend some time with Riley. Maybe I'll game a little. It doesn't really matter, but I just want to make sure that later on today I get her some time outside, because yesterday I didn't. I was kind of bad about that. So yeah, let's just freaking go home. It's too hot. All right, so I haven't given her a raw bone in a really long time because last time I feel like it was giving her bad shits. So something made me think that perhaps the raw bone had some bad parts to it. I don't know. But anyways, I've had these sitting in my freezer for a pretty long time. And I think the date on the bag said 10/17/20, so they're not quite expired yet, and I guess I wanted to give her another chance to try it out because she really does enjoy biting bones. She's a chewer, and I feel like every other thing that I buy for her, she finishes in like 20 minutes. So raw bones are the only thing that keeps her occupied for a while. And since it's really hot outside today, I can't take her out yet, so we'll give her that to be entertained with for this afternoon, and hopefully it doesn't upset her stomach. It is Monday, right after July 4th weekend, and Jose moved in yesterday. I spent pretty much mostly my entire afternoon helping him move in. That was something I kind of forgot about. I was like, oh yay, exciting, he is moving in. He's moving down here from Gilroy. But I totally forgot about the fact that I was gonna do a lot of labor yesterday, which, you know, isn't very fun, but I'm glad everything finalized. We were able to get all of his stuff up there with just us two. His mattress, we kind of did a rolling thing, which kind of sucks because he got his outside padding dirty. I guess he could always wash that, but you know, he has a purple mattress. It would be nice to take care of it. Today I am going to get some Din Tai Fung. I've been wanting it since Friday, but I guess putting off because I thought that we were gonna get it together, but I don't really feel like coordinating with him too much today because he's still settling in and I still need to, you know, kind of live my life. I've never really been through this type of experience before where I had a long distance relationship that actually became local. So I guess I need to remember that we're not gonna be spending every single moment together. We're not maybe gonna spend every single day together, and I need to just kind of do my own thing, and then we can try to organize meeting up when we can. But if not, I'll just keep doing what I've been doing. So I'm gonna head out and get some now. I'm really looking forward to it because I tried some Chinese food with my brother on Friday. Didn't turn out to be that great. It was a little too spicy for me, so DTF is always something that I will enjoy and know for sure what I'm getting into. All right, I just got back from picking up my DTF. These are their utensils. Here we have cucumber salad, one of my favorite things by them. Sammy, I don't want you on the table, truthfully. Here we have noodles. It's called minced pork noodles. This one is gonna be leftovers for dinner later today. And then here I have pork rice wrap. I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. And then here I have string beans, which is one of my favorite vegetable dishes by them. So quick backstory on Din Tai Fung, just in case people aren't aware of this restaurant. They are a very famous Taiwanese restaurant. I first had them many, many years ago, only one time in Taiwan, specifically in Taipei 101, the famous mall there. And I went there with my parents. I was really impressed by their service. Their service was very, very good. And I also really liked their jasmine tea. They are actually the reason why I drink jasmine tea all the time now. I wanted to get it specifically from their supplier or like where they get their tea from, but instead currently, and for a while now, I have been drinking Tenrin tea for jasmine tea. Anyways, there has been a Din Tai Fung in San Diego actually they opened maybe a year after I moved here, but I never bothered to try them out. And they actually feel somewhat affordable because their dishes are like $10 to $15, which is typical to other restaurants. They're not that next level of pricing, so I like that they are accessible. They're also delicious Taiwanese food that I don't have regularly, so very eager to eat this right now. And a new episode of Yellowstone came out yesterday, season 3, episode 3. So I'm going to watch that while I eat this. People might be familiar with this leafy wrap texture thing if they eat at dim sum often. This is common there, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to unwrap this with one hand. So yeah, just trust that there's rice and pork inside this, okay? Hi, so I am just about to go to sleep. Wow, my eyes feel a little strained, but these past 2 days I haven't been sleeping too well. This morning I had the issue with my phone notification sounds were going off, and I had my windshield getting replaced, so I just wanted to make sure my phone would make a sound in case they called, and unfortunately I was stupid and I was lazy to make it so that any call could go through, even if I set my phone completely on silent, which is what I usually do at night. Milo. Anyways, and then the night before, I think I also just slept pretty late and only got maybe like 6 hours of sleep, so I definitely feel it today. Honestly, when I hopped on Dota at around like 8 o'clock, I was kind of reluctant, feeling a little regretful. I didn't actually start playing until 9 because I was waiting for someone. I decided to not play one by myself, and I watched a little bit of Amistad because I just want to get further into the movie. I think I'm about an hour in, and it's an event that I had never heard of before, so I'm very interested in that. But I played 2 games today. The first game was atrocious, really not enjoyable whatsoever. The second game I found to be pretty fun, and I played Mirana. Landed some pretty good arrows. I really enjoy playing that hero. I feel like I play it pretty decently in terms of like feeling useful on her. I feel like a lot of people don't feel useful on her because they build her greedy, and I hate that. Yeah, I guess it's early. It's before midnight, but I am eager to go to bed. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I always have to keep track of the days, especially during this work from home business. And I spent some time with Jose this afternoon. We went to get some smoothies. I'm probably going to cut back on the smoothies lately because I had it 3 times within the past week, and they're starting to lose their appeal. They're expensive too, so I'm going to stop getting them for now. Maybe I think I will order some groceries tomorrow, sprouts, and actually I can finalize the placement today because if possible I'd like to make myself some oatmeal tomorrow, and I don't like my oatmeal without some fruit. I like to eat it with like blueberries and raspberries and stuff like that. So should try to cook tomorrow because I haven't cooked in a couple days, and I could try to save any little bit of money as I can when it comes to food. But maybe go for a little motorcycle ride tomorrow with Jose. Actually, this weekend I told him I'd like to go to Mount Laguna with him because I love that area to ride in, and it's going to be so much fun, in my opinion, to finally ride it with somebody else. That's like my dream. Some of these routes that I've gone on, I would love to ride with somebody, and now I get to. So I ordered a Cramp Buster thing, which is basically like a plastic tab that you put on your throttle, and instead of like gripping like this, you kind of like, it goes under your palm and you press. So it assists you with pressing the throttle without needing to squeeze or pressure it as hard. And that's my biggest gripe with riding. My hand gets cramped, it gets tired, and I might need to buy new gloves too because my hands get so many dents from wearing these gloves. Look at Milo all sprawled on my bed. Look at this guy. I'm gonna get ready for bed soon. Gonna have to kick you out. That's my area. Taking it like it's yours. But yeah, this has been really, really different. And it's nice, but I just notice a lot of things. So for example, I'm getting used to the fact that he's local now. He lives pretty close, like 5 minutes away. So he's able to stop by very easily. And it's such a weird feeling for him to just stop by being local. Actually, when it comes to relationships, I've never had somebody live so close before. And to have him just stop by casually is such a refreshing feeling compared to what we had before, where before he either had to fly here every month just for the weekend or had to drive here during Corona. And to think that he's just 5 minutes away, living nearby, and just dropping by and just seeing him in that casual feeling is different, because I'm so used to feeling like, oh, I need to cherish every moment that I have with him because I'm not going to see him for 2 to 3 weeks at a time, maybe even longer. I have a stupid bug bite right here. And another thing that I also realized on the flip side is that since he is local now, and since he also has his dogs, we can't spend too much time consecutively together because he has to go back and check on his dogs or let them out, or just like in general. If you can, you don't want to crate your dogs for too long at a time. So we spent time together for like 2 hours. Then he went back to check on them because one of his dogs was like making a fuss. And he has a camera, so he was looking and checking on them. So he was gone for maybe like half an hour. Then he came back, we watched a movie, we ate some food, and then he left again. So I'm so used to him being here, and we can spend all day together without any hiccup like that. So I was just thinking earlier, like, wow, I didn't expect the flip side of feeling like, I want to spend more time with you, but you have to go back and take care of your dogs. And to ask him to go back and take care of them and then to come back afterwards, I don't know, it just seems kind of like too much, or not fair. Maybe I can go over to his place, but the thing about that is his apartment isn't really set up for guests. He doesn't have a couch. And I do think for the most part, when we see each other, it will be here where there's more space and I have a couch. I have my TV. We can watch things more easily. It's just more comfortable here. So we'll have to get used to that and figure that out a bit, because I mean, I think for today, I would have loved to spend more time with him in the evening, but yeah, dogs, and just needing to take care of them. So I'm gonna go to bed. It was nice chatting with you guys tonight, and I do hope to record more. I know I mentioned that before and everything, and I'll try my best. Another thing that I have been thinking about lately is sometimes when I talk with Jose, he says that it would be a good idea maybe to record videos and do some sort of like dog training series, because I do think I would have a knack for it. And actually, I asked him if sometime this week I could go over to his place and try to train place for his dogs, maybe 1 or 2 of them, doesn't matter, just do a session, because that's a very important command, and I think it would be interesting to record it and just see what it would be like and see if I could get content. I'm not even saying for sure that I want to do something like this, but it has been on my mind before where, like, if I did ever have someone interested in hiring me to help them train their dog, I would be totally down for it. I'm just not the type of person that goes through like advertising it and just going through trying to find clients, just a lot of effort for that stuff. So in the meantime, since his dogs aren't fully trained yet, I feel like I could help him out with some of that stuff, and I would enjoy it also, because I'm pretty curious to see how good I actually am at it, because I feel like based on what I've done so far with a little bit that I helped with Shane's puppy at the beginning, and eventually I did have a little bit of time with him while he was an adult, and my time with Riley, I feel like I could be good at training dogs after all the information I've gathered over the years and my experience. So I'm just interested to see what would happen with something like that. All right, hi guys. I just wanted to really quickly show my most recent purchase, which is the fountain pen. And to be honest, this is something that I've been interested in for a while, because I've always heard that they're really fascinating to write with. More like just the fact that they're super smooth and that there's no issues with the ink flowing freely. And that was always my biggest problem whenever I would write. I would try to, you know, scribble something down, and I tend to use a lot of pressure when I write. So if there would be spots where the ink didn't go smoothly, I would rewrite over it, and that would be very time consuming for me. So, oh, sorry, really quick, let's just show you. All right, so it's the Monteverde. Does it say on here? No, not quite. But anyways, I will open this up. And here we have 20th anniversary limited edition. Here we have the pen itself. Here they provide you a little pin, which I actually think it's really cute. I didn't really see myself as a pin wearing person, but when I got a Aegis from attending TI in Vancouver, I realized that I really felt proud of wearing it. And I have it on my lanyard when I go to work for my ID card. So I pretty much might include one of these on there, maybe. Here I have me a bottle of black ink. So I am completely not very well versed in fountain pens whatsoever. So when I first received it, I was thinking that it would already be filled up with ink. But unfortunately, I had to do it myself. So it was a bit of a mess at first, but I will show you guys really quick and hope that it will also refill more than I tried the first time. I need to untwist this. And here we have the barrel. So I had it filled up to just over here. The first time that I tried to fill it, it wasn't really working out that well for me. So I'm gonna try it again on camera for you guys and hopefully not make a mess. All right. So normally what you have to do is I have to twist this thing up here, which will get a spirally thing to go down into the barrel. And then I'm gonna have to end up twisting it the opposite direction to siphon this ink into the pen through this hole right here. So I'm gonna make sure that I have to have this in the ink jar. I'm gonna have to make sure that it's up here, because when I do it this way, it expels ink out of there. Yeah, you see that? See that ink coming out? All right. I really hope that this works out better this time. Dip it all the way in, submerge it. Yep, dip it lower. And then get. That's much better. That's much better. You guys can't see it just yet. 1 second. So I got it up to like 60%. Hi guys. So I am here. Hopefully you can see my face, because I noticed in my other clip my face was kind of dark because I was wearing my hat. But I am here in Santee picking up my bubble tea. And I also decided to try some pho from this place right nearby. So I'm waiting for that right now. But I just wanted to talk really quick because earlier I went for a motorcycle ride with Jose. This is the first time we've gone riding since he moved here. His bike has been at my house. And yeah, just wanted to do a shorter ride. We're gonna go to Mount Laguna this weekend. I asked him to do that one. That's a long ride. It's like 3 hours round trip because I love that ride and I just would really enjoy doing it with somebody else. So we're gonna do that this weekend. But anyways, earlier, all right, I'll try my best to explain this even though it might be confusing without visuals. But my driveway is narrow. Like, it pretty much fits my car. And when it comes to riding my motorcycle into the side area of my house, it's not the biggest deal because I can just ride it up straight, right? But when I want to take my motorcycle out, it's, you know, facing into my property. So if I want to take it out and then try to turn it around 180, my car gets in the way of that. And today I just didn't feel like dealing with it. So instead of doing that, I decided to ride it in front of my house, in front of my front door, and try to just turn it to go down this other area and go out over the curb, because Jose did that last time. And I don't know why I decided to do that, because truthfully, riding it over the curb is not something I would feel comfortable doing just because it's extra elevation and I've never really done that before, so I would get a little worried about the bounce or like the impact. And just the fact that I'm short and I'm not really able to balance that well on the motorcycle. If there's, I don't know, just in general, like I can't flat foot, and I guess you're not always expected to, but I just don't feel comfortable sometimes maneuvering my bike because I'm a small person. So anyways, I was doing a sharp right turn. Basically, it was as far as it could go right. And there have been so many times where I've been in that situation, having the bike at like as far as it can go, left or right. And I would lose my balance a little bit. But in every moment before this, I have always been able to catch myself. But this time, I couldn't. So I dropped my bike. I feel like as soon as I noticed that I couldn't control it anymore, I just let it go and I maybe threw myself back. The interesting thing is I don't remember the impact very well. All I know is I'm not hurt at all. I don't have pain anywhere really. I have a tiny bit of pain on my right hip, and it only hurts if I press against it, but that's it. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Admittedly, I am pretty impressed with the minimal damage on my bike because I was so concerned about that. I got this bike new 2 years ago, and so far I have never dropped it once, been so proud of it, and now I finally did. So there are 3 scrape areas. I will show you guys when I get back, don't worry, so you don't have to visualize just based on my words. But there's one on the exhaust. It's pretty slight, not a big deal. There's none on the fairings. I'm so surprised by that. There is a little bit on the area like directly next to my mirror. 2 little areas, like the areas that poke out the most, that got hit with impact, which makes sense. But I'm super impressed that my mirror is not damaged at all. I thought I would have shattered it. My handlebar is fine. Nothing on my handlebar. And the, what do you call it? Turn signal thing. The turn signal thing popped out, but I guess it was designed in a way where it can pop out and all you have to do is push it back in. So that's not damaged at all. There's like a light scrape on it, nothing too hard and serious, but still I'm really impressed with the minimal amount of damage because I thought it would be a lot. The bike seems to be running fine because I went for the ride with Jose directly after it. I was, and kind of still am, pretty bummed about what happened because it feels like an error on my part, which it most likely is. But I'm trying to keep in mind that I guess it's really stupid and unrealistic to expect me to never drop this motorcycle in its lifetime, at least in my possession. So can't keep every new product that you buy perfect, especially a vehicle. And there is a little bit of paint damage. It's kind of interesting because it's cracked. Like there's an area where the paint is missing, and then there's a little area right above it where it's cracked. And it just makes me think that the impact maybe like caused the paint to crack instead of completely just being scraped off. So I might consider calling a few places and seeing how much it costs to repair that, because I don't think that takes a lot of work to do. It doesn't seem like a hard job to do, so I'm hoping it won't be an expensive fix. But I'll probably deal with that later. I placed my order for pho, so it should be ready by now. I think it shouldn't take that long to make. So I'm gonna go pick that up and I'm gonna just head straight home now. Okay, let's take a look while it's still light out. Here is the first area that was scraped. This one is a really small one. Here is where the paint is cracked. I guess most people are saying it could be an easy fix. It doesn't look as bad as I thought since I last saw it, so might not need fixing. Here you can see there's like a little bit of a scrape right here. This thing actually popped out. It's actually kind of easy to pop out. And then over here we have this little bit of a scrape